know, it's a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm out here at the shop on a Saturday playing around with two of my most favorite cars. You know, next week is Thanksgiving. I've got to say I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to own some very unique Mercedes-Benzes. Now over here is a real milestone car. I'm not going to go over all the details about how this car was developed back in the mid-60s, but this is the pinnacle of engineering for Mercedes-Benz in the late 1960s. This is a W109 chassis. It's a 1970 300 SEL 6.3. It's got a 6.3 liter V8. So move 25 years forward to 1995. This car here also represents a pinnacle of German engineering by Mercedes-Benz. And this is a W140 chassis, 1995 C600 V12 coupe. Yes, this has a V12 engine. So both of these are very, very special cars. In fact, this one right here, it was during that period when there was no expense spared to engineer these cars, and this car right here cost $136,000 new in 1995. And if you've watched my other videos on these cars, you know that I've named them. I've affectionately named them. Over here is the Beast, and this is the son of the Beast. They're father and son. And you might be asking, well, Kent, why did you name them the Beast? Well, the reason I chose that name was primarily what is lurking under the hoods of these two cars. Take a look at the engine in the 6.3. They had to shoehorn that thing in. It just barely fits, and it's really tough to get to some of the components doing maintenance on this 6.3. And then take a look at the engine in this V12. You're going to look around and say, how in the world do you even work on that thing? But both these cars are just monsters when it comes to power. You know, the 6.3 will literally break rubber and snap your neck back. The V12 here is a little bit more subtle. It comes on and probably doesn't really come on really strong until you hit 60 miles an hour. And the reason I brought them out today, of course, because the weather's nice, I decided to clean them up, run them, drive them a little bit, have a little bit of fun with them. But I also wanted to let you know that these cars are for sale. We get lots of emails every week. They come to my daughter, Kaya, hey, what cars does Kent have for sale? So these are the next two. I've already sold a couple that have driven across country. That included the 1979 300 SD that went to Atlanta, Georgia, and then this past week, the E320 Coupe, the W124 chassis, left Bellingham for Virginia. So are these two cars ready for cross-country cruising? The 6.3 is not. You can take a look at it here. You know, this is a preservation vehicle. I said, look at all the patina on this car. Well, somebody said, Kent, that's not patina. But anyway, this could be made into a daily driver quite easily with a little more maintenance. You know, I've gone through the entire brake system, which was a lot of money. I've replaced all the airbags, had all the leveling valves and the air suspension system rebuilt by Martin Warminghousing of 600airsuspension.com. And so mechanically, this is a really nice car, but it has a few things that need to be done with it. The S600 here is a totally different story. Look at this one. This is like an immaculate, pristine car with just a little over 100,000 miles, and it's been very well maintained. You know, it's had all the things done to it that needed to be done, like wiring harness replacement, the injection system overhaul. It even had a new transmission put in it at 90,000 miles because the owner's wife didn't quite like the way it shifted. Okay, well, you can imagine the receipts I've got on this one. I don't have a whole lot of maintenance history on this one, but I do know the previous owner, and back in 1996, he completely rebuilt the engine in this, and they even sent the injection pump out and had it overhauled. So if you want to learn more about these cars, I'll put links in the playlist I've done on these. This is the Beast, and once again, the son of the Beast. I'm also going to put links to the website postings where I've got all the information, the details about the car and the price and how you pay for it and so on. But, you know, maybe somebody out there wants to buy the two of them. Keep them in the family. Keep them as a family. You might be interested in owning these beautiful Mercedes-Benzes. And I'm just hoping there's someone out there that can enjoy and appreciate these very unique Mercedes-Benzes as much as I have. I enjoy starting both these engines, and particularly starting them for other people. You know, when you fire them up, people's jaws just drop. Whoa! Now, just watch how quickly this 6.3 comes to life, and I think you can appreciate that low rumble as much as I do. Isn't that a sweetheart? Unbelievable that they were able to get this engine to fit into the 109 chassis. Now this V12 is impressive also, but in a different way. It doesn't have the rumble and the deep throat that the 6.3 does. But the amazing thing about this engine is how absolutely smooth it is. I take people for rides in this car and they can't even feel the engine running. Listen to this one fire up. Ah, look at that. No vibration. You've seen my other videos where I've mounted a camera on this engine. You'll know what I mean. But I just love driving this V12.